Wow, what a year it's been for us. From the 24-hour shoot to competitions to our regular practice sessions, it's been ace. Let's look back at what we have achieved this year. Let's start with Newell. We have hosted all 3 Central League matches successfully, even if the weather was against us, as well as indoor champs. I personally would like to thank each and every one of you who acted as field party, assisted the scoring teams, or were just present for these events. These events would not have run as smoothly and be as successful as they were without your ongoing support. Your work at these events is invaluable, so from the bottom of my heart, thank you. We have also sent solid teams to all new events and regularly came home with some link to our name. And yet, it wouldn't be booked without posing a challenge. But indoor qualifiers in Aberdeen was one I wasn't expecting. Despite this, we still sent a team of 3 archers to the competition, and they all did us proud. However, they would not have got there if it was not for the efforts of Evie and Becca, so thank you. Books Outdoors was a little more as expected. 5 of our archers qualified and 4 got accepted, and did us very proud. Varsity ended up being a little close for liking, but we pulled it out of the bag and secured the win over Bradford, so we secured our university the first win. Competitive success isn't just what is important to us as a club, but also your personal achievements and success. I would like to personally congratulate you all for your success and achievements this year. Not only have we achieved so much in the wider archery space, but also as a club. We have set countless new records, both club and open records. Countless PBs have been set, countless badges awarded. I have pulled some data from Golden Records this morning. Since the 1st of August 2024, 492 score records have been submitted. 97 new club records have been set, 31 which are open records, 41 barebow and 56 recurve records. This is absolutely amazing. But not only that, we've also raised an astonishing amount of money and showed perseverance and sense of community during the 24-hour shoot. You've all done the club extremely proud. On this topic, I have badges to award to 11 people, 2 of which are not here tonight, so I'll ensure that their badges get to them. In no particular order, I have badges here for Kyle Simmons, who's claimed their 216 at 50 yards, Portsmouth 300 and Portsmouth 350. Hareem Tariq, who has claimed her 216 at both 20 yards and 30 yards. Rachel Asworth, who has claimed her 216 at both 20 yards and 30 yards and the Portsmouth 300. Hannah Reid, who's claimed her Portsmouth 300 and Portsmouth 350. Joe Trim, who has claimed a 216 at 20 yards. Joshua Jordan, who has claimed his 216 at 20 yards, 30 yards, 40 yards, and Portsmouth 300 and 350. Matt Hodgson, who's claimed his 216 at 60 yards, Portsmouth 300 and Portsmouth 350. Abdul Yusuf, who's claimed his 216 at 20 yards, 30 yards, and 40 yards, along with the Portsmouth 300 and 350 badge. Ryan Inman, who has claimed his 216 at 20 yards, 30 yards, 40 yards, 50 yards, 60 yards, 80 yards, and Portsmouth 300 and 350. Owen Scott claimed his Portsmouth 300, and Anthony Mann claimed Portsmouth 350. This club doesn't run itself. It is the tireless work and persistence of the committee that help us to get where we are today. I'd like to extend a massive thank you to Evie, Matt and Sarah for your continued efforts throughout the year. However, it is not just down to the committee that we are where we are today. We wouldn't be at this point without your commitment, engagement and presence. So on behalf of the committee, I would like to thank you all for your support and patience this year. For those of you who are moving on from the university, I wish you all the best and hope that you continue to enjoy shooting those arrows. For those of you who are continuing, I hope to see you next year for what I hope to be another very successful year. Woo!
4 years ago, I wandered into the sports hall on a whim for session 1 of an archery beginners course, and I was, like most of you here, taught to shoot in our sports hall by our in-house coaches. And after the ridiculousness of my novice year, I knew that this was the team that I intended to stay on for the rest of my time at Huddersfield Uni. My second year, I held the long-suffering position of the records officer. During this time, I was mentored by Phil to become a coach. If I'm being completely honest, the poor man hasn't stopped mentoring me since. I'm sorry. I then stood as your captain for 2 years, something that I still can't quite believe. I found a place that I felt supported. I found a team, and to some extent, at the risk of getting really, really sappy that I can't even blame on alcohol right now, I found another family. The last 2 years we've seen some fantastic archers, incredible moments, and I have seen so much growth from our little team. As some of you know, last year we had a bit of a nightmare with books indoors. The app messed up and some of our entries didn't go through, and we all got placed in Northern qualifiers in Preston. Frustrating, yes, and we had to think on our feet quick, but it worked out. And this year I thought to myself, it'll be fine. They'll have learned from last year, and we'll be back at Central qualifiers in Manchester, because Northern is taking place in Aberdeen, and that would be ridiculous. Aberdeen! So we took 3 archers to Aberdeen. And Becca very kindly came along for the ride to make sure we got there safely. We smashed varsity, taking the first point for Huddersfield. We gave one of our strongest ever performances at League Match 3, taking home 3 medals, and 5 of our archers got through to the medal matches at the head-to-heads. We attended the first ever Newell Field Champs, which was a fantastic event, and I, for one, encourage as many of you as possible to sign up for it next year, because it was great fun. And if you find my arrow while you're there, I'd love to have it back, because it's still lost. And of course, the 24-hour shoot. I have never seen the club support each other at the 24-hour shoot the way that we did this year. There were very few times that anyone was shooting alone, and at least to my knowledge, the vibe never dipped. Depping single-handedly kept the fire burning all night, and we got stuck in a bit of a loop of asking what our charges were, when we not only cleared our goals, but we obliterated them. We broke the record for most fundraised, and that was before we factored in gift aid. As of right now, we have raised 1,250, and with gift aid, that's 1,513.75. We attended Books outdoor finals where I tried to liberate a cat. Matt got exiled, and so I was on target 61, Josh was 62, Mollie was 60, something like that. That bit's unimportant. Matt was on 2.
Didn't that happen last year?
I think it did. It happened at indoors as well. And indoors. Yeah, Matt got exiled and Josh broke his back. I want to extend a thank you to the Student Union at Huddersfield and Active Hud. With their continued support and funding, the club is able to run. We're able to develop coaches, and we're able to encourage our archers to take part in the league. I especially want to thank James and Danny for their immediate support and help with the books problem. They fought our side and went out of their way to make sure we could get a team up to Aberdeen to compete. I also want to thank the Valley Bowmen of Huddersfield for continuing to let us use their range throughout the outdoor season and for their support during the 24-hour shoot. I want to thank my committee, Mollie, Matt and Sarah. What many of you don't see is how much work the committee do behind the scenes. Mollie has been my rock throughout this year. She's been an immense support to me and has gone above and beyond to ensure that the club is at its best, all whilst working on a level 2 coaching qualification. I personally think we've made a fantastic team, and to Matt, who has stepped up at every opportunity, every time, without question. The times when me and Mollie have been unable, Matt has taken the reins and ran the session to ensure that we still got our practices in, and he's worked incredibly hard to gain his coaching qualification. He has shone as one of our coaches, and Sarah, who worked to put on some socials throughout the year at times when we may have all dropped off the map. Thank you to our coaches and volunteers this year: Mollie, Matt, Sarah, Philip, Hannah, Kyle, Lucy, Depping, Ryan, Becca and Jess. Thank you to Newell for your continued efforts with the league this year. It's been one of the best so far. I love this club, and whilst you may have driven me up the wall, I am so incredibly proud of each and every one of you. I can only hope that I have done you half as proud as you have done me. But finally, after 2 years, it is time to pass on the torch. You look after them, because I will get you. Okay?